Hello vlog. So I had a late start today because I slept late last night. We got home super late after we went to SM, but yeah, something came. Hold on. My visitor. Ay, Yuko, don't cry, babe. Ay, asawi-sawi. Ay, no. Sawi-sawi. Didede ka na naman. Didede ka na naman. Kakadede mo nga lang eh. Kakadede mo lang, di ba? Di ba kakadede mo lang? Ayo. So I finally cleaned up. Like, I can't focus, okay? I wasn't able to focus on what I'm doing because I was really planning to clean the mats. Finally, tomorrow I would probably clean the sheets, or tonight. But anyway, what I want to talk about are the books that I got, okay? I mean, perhaps it's like it happens once a year when I feel like I'm in the mood to buy a lot of books. And it turns out that this season is that season. And as usual, I got it from National Bookstore Warehouse because I can't afford fully booked prices at the moment. I'm so excited. Okay, these books, some of them are, or dare I say, majority of them are YA. And I think it's the first time I've bought this much books at once. First book is this one, Acts of Violet by Margarita Montemor. I have another book by hers, Una Out of Order. It's like a time travel story. This one is, I think, somewhat similar, but it's about a magician, a lady magician. So I'm very intrigued. This one, In Her Skin. I believe this is the story about a girl who tries to take the identity of someone who has disappeared. Yeah, so she's like thinking, if I can take this person's identity, I would probably get away with it because she's disappeared. So I'm excited to read that. Okay, this one, Laws of Motion and Attraction. Ooh, and it's a signed copy too. I got this for 200, but it says 300 on the cover. So that's good. Or did I get it for 200? I think 99. So that's a good deal. It's a signed copy. Aw, thank you, love, Kate. And I have a bookmark. Ooh, getting new books makes me feel so happy. Okay, this is another YA book. On the count of 3. This is about 3 best friends, I believe, but I think 2 of them start to form a stronger bond, so this one other friend is left out, and that's interesting. I want to read about that. And this one, obviously, is a cover by, I've always seen this around, Horrid by Katrina Leno. And has something to do with death of someone from her family. Oh, it's pretty dusty, but it's fine. Yeah. This annoying tag. I wish I could remove that without a fun. And this one. Ooh. Okay, so this is about a bomber. I believe this is YA. And I'm kind of interested in reading what this is about. One book I bought for 50, I remember. I forgot. But it was 99 and then it became 50. I think it's this one. Okay. So I am very excited to have these books. I have added them already to my inventory of books that I own. So now, here's the problem. No more shelf space. Okay, hi. So this is the book that I've been reading for 3 days now, probably. It's called The Dreamers by Karen Thompson Walker. And I am 86% through this book. I'm taking my time reading this book because it is written so beautifully. The main premise of this book is basically there's a sleeping sickness that's going around in this college town. A lot of flashbacks to the pandemic, because what happened here, they had quarantining, they had lockdowns, and we follow several people, families specifically. So we have a couple, they have a newborn, and this newborn is like 2 weeks old, and then they just moved to that college town because they're both professors and they would be teaching at the school there. We're also following a girl who is the roommate of patient 0. So she was the one who saw that her roommate has stopped I mean, she won't wake up. She's breathing, but she's closed her eyes and it's like fluttering, and her breathing is deep. So like, you know that she's sort of in a dream state. Yeah, so we're following her and some of her college classmates in the dorm, because they live in a dorm, and all of the students in that level of the dorm, they were quarantined. And then at first everyone was like, okay, that's just one case, like they don't know what happened, right? And then soon a lot of other kids in that same level on the same floor have started to fall asleep as well. So the school said, okay, everybody go home. School's canceled until they figure out what's going on. And then until later, even the nurses or the doctors. Okay. Oh, no spill, no spill. Right. Yeah, so even the nurses, the doctors, and all the caregivers, they have started to go under because of this disease. And really, like, this was published in 2016, so the author had no idea that 4 years after there would be, well, here it's an epidemic. So they have closed off every other location, state, county, whatever, to enter. So no one's allowed to go in and go out. And obviously the parents of these kids who are in the university, they are worried for the kids. Loving this book. By the way, because of that pandemic talk, the sickness talk, I have to tell you something. So the pandemic I did not have bad.
What?
Wait a minute, babe. I did not have like ill sentiments against the pandemic because my daughter was born, right, Nina? You were born in February 2020, a month before the lockdown. So I had her, and this girl literally saved me.
I'm literally saving.
Remember when you were a baby? No, when you were a baby, I take care of you. Yeah. Look, I'm like tearing up because... Okay, I think I'm PMSing. This is the reason. No, because there's also a baby in this book, and it's just so terrible. What happened to that couple that I was saying? Yeah, okay. Anyway, there's that. Yeah. So many reasons. I'm thankful to God. And why am I believe in God? Because seriously, it's so hard not to believe in God. Literally. And we're also following this dad, and he has two girls, 11 and 12 years old. Their dad has been preparing for this incident. He has toilet paper stocked in his basement, 2 years worth of canned food, water bottles, everything. He's ready for that. Whatever happens, their basement is like secured. And later on, we follow the two girls because their dad does fall under. And we're also following a psychiatrist who's figuring out these different, like, what is going on. Like, a lot of people think that maybe this is like a psychological instead of a biological issue. And she flew from a different state. Very good. She flew from a different state, and so she left her baby. She's gone back. She was going back and forth, and now she's worried what if she had suddenly like passed the disease or the illness to her kid. So this disease is affecting adults and kids. So that is what this is about. And like I said, very beautiful writing. It's almost like dreamlike, I would say. Literally, because it's so beautiful, and the events that happen, it's so impactful because of the way it's delivered. It's the delivery that saves this book because the premise is so bland in a way that if it were written in a very straightforward way, it would get old pretty soon. And if you don't care about the characters who are experiencing this, you probably wouldn't care, or you would probably DNF the book, or you probably skip the end and see what happens to like the rest of the people. So what happens in this world? Like, if you're just wondering, like, okay, what is this? What kind of sickness is this? Like, if you have those questions. But right now, I don't have those questions in my head. What I care about is what happens to these characters. And what's interesting is one of the characters that we're following actually goes under. And I'm so grateful because this author has given us insight as to what is going on when the patients, or when they go to sleep. It's being narrated. I am around chapter 47, and this author has given us a complete experience. So we have seen the perspectives of the families, and their loved ones. We're also following another professor, but I didn't really care for him that much. Not much focus on him as well. Yeah, but what do these people feel? And then what happens to the people, like, because the entire book you're just wondering, what are they dreaming about? One person does wake up though. Oh, well, actually two. But they do very different things. Like the effects after that sleep. Okay, some of them just die. Like they just sleep and then they die. But two cases, they have woken up and then something has happened. Oh yeah, and one of the people who have fallen asleep, they're also pregnant. So what happens to the fetus? Like there's a lot of questions, a lot of sciencey talk, but in a very approachable way. The brain talk, I love it. The psychological talk, I love it. So this book is really feeding me so much. Yeah, so I don't think a lot of people have talked about this, or I have not seen a booktuber rave about this book. But I just got this from the National Bookstore Warehouse as well last year, I think. But I've ignored it for the longest time because it just never occurred to me to pick it up.
We be the same. We be the same. Mommy and Mommy and
Mommy, the white shoes look like the same as
see,
blue
it's pink and pink. Wait, come here. Look, it's pink and pink, white and white.
We both the same thing.
If there is one quote that I'm taking from The Dreamers, it is this one. She could have died. This is the knowledge that lights every moment with her now. The things that could have happened but did not are just as crucial to a life as all the things that do.
Missing me. A cherry.
What a perfect ending. Dreams, the future, the past. Like, there's absolutely nothing I can say that would wrap this up so completely. This synopsis, if you're not careful, you would think it's some kind of sci-fi story, but actually it's more really literary fiction and just the appreciation of life. 5 stars for The Dreamers by Thompson. Wow, this book is so good. I don't think I've ever read a book like this before.